Welcome to a brand new working week full of expectations. I am Apita Sibidi, but Joy is interactive, and we're live from digital address GA 0992539 in Kokomimle, Accra. You can also watch us live on DSTV channel 421 and Go TV channel 144. But you can also join the interactive train on Facebook and Twitter. We are Joy News on TV. Now, Most Reverend Michael Curry has been praised for his passionate speech at the royal wedding over the weekend. Many on social media were excited to see the African-American Reverend shake up the traditional royal proceedings. So for today's Monday Motivation, here is Most Reverend Michael Curry.
Discovery or invention or harnessing of fire was one of the great scientific and technological discoveries in all of human history. Fire, to a great extent, made human civilization possible. Fire made it possible to cook food and to provide sanitary ways of eating, which reduced the spread of disease in its time. Fire made it possible to heat warm environments and thereby made human migration around the world a possibility, even into colder climates. Fire made it possible. There was no Bronze Age without fire. No Iron Age without fire. No Industrial Revolution without fire. The advances of science and technology are greatly dependent on the human ability and capacity to take fire and use it for human good. Anybody get here in a car today? An automobile? Nod your heads if you did, I'm guessing. I know there were some carriages. But those of us who came on cars, fire, the controlled, harnessed fire, made that possible. I know that the Bible says, and I believe it, that Jesus walked on the water. But I have to tell you, I didn't walk across the Atlantic Ocean to get here. Controlled fire in that plane got me here. Fire makes it possible for us to text and tweet and email and Instagram and Facebook and socially be dysfunctional with each other. Fire makes all of that possible. And Desjardins said fire was one of the greatest discoveries in all of human history. And he then went on to say that if humanity ever harnesses the energy of fire again, if humanity ever captures the energy of love, it will be the second time in history that we have discovered fire. Dr. King was right. We must discover love, the redemptive power of love. And when we do that, we will make of this old world a new world.
Fire, guys, fire. This Monday we should have fire, set fire to our goals. Let's just have fire and vim in our hearts. But moving on, now former President Mahama has hinted he will contest the flag bearer position of the opposition National Democratic Congress so he can lead the party for election 2020. Some people think he should retire and enjoy his statesmanship, and others are like, he can do it, he can run. But what do you think? Should he contest or not? Let's go to Facebook where we ask you this question. Now, Queen Lucia says, who cares? Okay. And Abu says, no wonder they were preparing the grounds for him in the name of Unity Walk. While some of us are in DC waiting for him, that time round it's 4.4. But serious embarrassment. Okay, Sunny Dabra says, JM, thank you for coming to save Ghana from the hands of the wicked government. Okay. Linda Bella says, well, if I'm a past president, I will not bother myself because of the way we do our politics. I will rather do other things that can help the citizens. And Akwesi from Prague says, allow him to come and face the unprecedented, humiliating election defeat in Ghana's political history. Evans Kwame Johnson says, I'm not thinking about his coming back. I'm thinking about how to get a job because I lost my job when Nana Addo came to power. Okay. Emma says, his people know he's still got some cash. That's why they're rooting for him so that he can come and spend all the cash they created. Sarah Amma says, it's either selfishness or greediness. What? After all you are enjoying, you still want more. Yusuf Nelson says, we need him to come back to wrestle power and save us from the hardship we're going through in the hands of the NPP. Valanya Akatia says, where in Africa that a president is voted out of power and again comes to contest and win for the second time? What has he left in the presidency and what does he want to go for? Massive defeat awaits JM come 2020. Let's go to Marlon Boateng, who says 33.3% awaits him. It will be a waste of time and resources. Albert also thinks that he will disgrace again. This time it's going to be a big disgrace. Apia Kosi says, on behalf of the President's First State of Union speech, this candidate should be called suspected criminal. Okay, so those are your comments to think that, do you think John Mahama should contest or not? So we're going to take more comments. Let's go to Isaac, who says, John Dramani Mahama, all the way, if not so, people in the power will never be serious, but they know what JM can do. Okay, Osman says, it is only Mahama who can rescue the economy because everything is collapsing. And Bernard Mensah says, John Mahama, champion president, God bless you. Kenze says, yes, I am disappointed with the poor performance of the New Promises Party. Haji Al-Hassan says, it's good for him to gamble. Who knows, he can win 2020 election. Akwesi Frimpong says, just allow him to come and throw some of the stolen state monies to some of the bootlickers to chop. Edward says he should contest, a man of vision and action. Andor Frederick says, is he coming with doomso? Kingsley Roxon says, please stop coming. We don't want to lose nation money again. Tell that to your people pushing to come that it will happen for them to come and take away our money. Royal Ni Ghana says, greedy Mahama. Ben Antri says he'll collapse the party. Jason Asha says 40% awaits you. Demur Hill says it's a waste of time. Messi says he should retire. And Kwekyo Anime says JM 2020 the best. Yao Jr. says JM no size. And Sam Apori says he must contest. Yusuf says let us ask Nanado and Yin. Larry Brill says JM all the way. Now, still on politics, NDC will be making a huge risk decision by going with Mahama, and that's according to the head of the political science department at the University of Ghana, Bosman Asari. Let's watch.
From where I sit as a political scientist, I think the NDC will be making a very, very huge risk decision by going with Mr. Mahama. Well, we've noticed that since we began the Fourth Republic, anyone who is elected in the first term on the ticket of a political party will normally go for a second term. For NDC, you do the calculation. If you bring Mr. Mahama and he's not able to win, is it likely Mr. Mahama can come back again in 2024 or the party will give the chance? So if I were an executive in the NDC, the question will be asking Mr. Mahama, we know you win the primaries of the party, but what are you going to do differently from 20?
Now, that was head of the political science department at the University of Ghana, Dr. Bosman Asari. So you have been reacting on Facebook. Let's see. Still Atom says NPP wants NDC to lose 2020 elections with JM. So what is NPP's problem when JM leads NDC again? Robert AD says, we NDC are risk takers. Mr. Bosman, what is your problem? And Kobe Destiny says, they don't have anyone in their party to match Nana, so they just hope Ghanaians will vote for Mr. Mahama because he has been in power. And Gilbert Squabana says, allow him to come for another heavy defeat. This time, he will be beaten mercilessly. Okay. And Sirius GH says, and this is your hollow analysis as a political whatever. And Ben Mac says, leave NDC alone. Why the too much talk? After all, NPP want to chop 2020, so why? And Yen Laribel says, Mr. Bosman seems to be crying more than the bereaved. We don't want any try me see president again. Keep your advice, and when we need it, we shall surely comfort. What are you afraid of? Nana Bachi Jr. says, this common analysis too. Some fools know the gated Abi. And Positive Change says, he's better than JM come 2020. And Williams Safo Buffy says, History has an interesting way of repeating itself. If it repeats, we will remind you again. Theo Versace says, is NDC's risk your risk? How does it concern you even if they lose? And Kweku Animin says, we don't want any advice from useless political lecturer. He can give his advice to his children. Sandra Kenya says, NPP should be happy while advising NDC how to topple you, the NPP. Now let's go to Hassan, who says, in very successful journey, you bear ultimate risks to achieve your goals. Keep your useless advice to yourself. Abraham Smith says, it is their own cup of tea. The last comment is from Eric Michelson, who says, even the goats and the sheep in Ghana will vote for Jim. We need you now and ever more. So we're going to take a quick breather. Remember, you can stay interactive with us and join us on TV, on Facebook and Twitter. Stay tuned. Chelsea won the FA Cup after beating Manchester United by a lone goal, bringing an end to what would have been a trophyless season for coach Antonio Conte. So now, should this bring an end to the hashtag Conte must go saga? Let's talk to Joy Sports' George Adu Jr., who joins us via Skype from the UK. George.
Hello, Peter. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great, and it's good to see you.
It's
You're
good
glowing on set.
Oh, you're also glowing wherever you are in the UK.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so listen, you watched the game at Wembley. How did you feel?
It was a great game, especially as a Chelsea fan. I enjoyed it so much. Even though Manchester United fans feel that in the second half they played much better.
Yeah.
I think overall, Chelsea did what they had to do. Eden Hazard got the penalty and he scored very well. And it was excitement for Chelsea everywhere.
And now, Chelsea fans think they were denied a penalty when Ashley Young's hand touched the ball. Was it a penalty?
Everyone has said it was a penalty. The problem we have now is that we are not too sure what a handball in the 18-yard box is anymore. It's whether they tell you it's ball to hand, wasn't intentional, the space between the ball and the hand was so acute, so many things. So I think at this point, FIFA would need to come out and properly define what a handball in the 18-yard box is to cause a penalty. Because everybody was confused. That was a stonewall penalty for me, clearly. Ashley Young stuck his hand out, stopped the ball, he hit him, you know. And I understand that because if you make it a flat rule, that once the ball hits your hand, then it means that it's going to be a penalty. I'm sure some players will decide then to just hitting the ball at others' hands to make it work out. So, well, for me, I thought it was a penalty, but let's keep it the way it was.
All right. So let's talk about tactics. Did Mourinho fail on the day? Should he have started with Lukaku?
Well, Lukaku was not fit. Was coming off an injury. I think he just did what he had to do. The problem Manchester United faced actually was in defense rather than attack. So maybe Eric Bailly should be giving a chance. That's what we saw, Smalling and put back. Problem was rather than in attack. So I think that Manchester United probably had a better defense. Jones wasn't good enough on the day. Yeah.
All right. So hashtag Conte must go. So what should this be the end of Conte must go saga?
It can be the end, unfortunately. It looks like Conte is definitely going. Because there were two things. One, Antonio Conte would only decide to stay in Chelsea if the board will listen to him when it comes to transfer matters. The board is not ready to listen to him when it comes to transfer matters. I think they found a way to go. So whether Chelsea won the FA Cup or not, it was really not going to make a difference. Antonio Conte is still going anyway.
Yeah.
When he was asked questions about, he said he thinks that his future is set. He's not going to be at Chelsea. It looks very much like it's going. Yeah.
And so, what are the Chelsea fans saying about Bakayoko?
It's difficult. Now, Chelsea fans back in Ghana absolutely hates Bakayoko. But in the stands, and those who are watching the game live, I'm just wondering if Antonio Conte has not gotten the best out of this year out there. Remember that he was a fantastic player in Monaco before coming to Chelsea. Whatever he has gone through has made him a bit of a timid player. Much more a player who has lost his attacking instincts and everything. Watching him closely, I thought he was really bad. I mean, very difficult. He's not able to cut the space. He's not able to place in the tackles. He's not able to give good attacking passes. It was Kante for me. That was really the total. He was really the total for the fans. So very disappointed really with Bakayoko. Maybe next season he can step up to the party, but if there are any players who have to leave Chelsea, he might be one of those.
Okay, now you're in England. What's the feeling like ahead of the UEFA Champions League final? Liverpool is in England.
Yeah, the Liverpool fans are feeling very, very confident, and they're hoping that they can go and discipline Real Madrid in Kiev. That's going to be a very difficult task, they know. And most of them have been talking lately about the VRL game they saw Real Madrid play, and are saying that if Madrid are going to be as awful, then definitely they're going to find a way around it. But I think the bigger topic is about the tickets, you know, how expensive the tickets are and how difficult it is to get into Kiev for the UEFA Champions League final. We've had Real Madrid fans return close to 2,200 tickets because it's difficult to navigate and find a way to Kiev. Aside that, everything is fine. I'm sure we'll be catching up as we go.
Okay, so the Arsenal news about Mikel Arteta taking the reins of Arsenal. How are the Gunners reacting to this?
And you're wondering, everybody's surprised at the choice. He seems to have massive backing, though, from all the coaches we have worked with. So Arsenal fans are divided. One side feel that it's a good place to start from. After all, Arsene Wenger didn't have a lot of clout when he started the job with us, with Arsenal. Maybe Mikel Arteta can go all the way through. The others say this is the time where Arsenal fans need a trophy. So if you need somebody to get a trophy for you, it's not Mikel Arteta. You've got Pep Guardiola, you've got Jose Mourinho, you've got Mauricio Pochettino, you've got Jurgen Klopp. It can be Mikel Arteta. Or we have to find out what really happens though.
All right. Thank you so much, George Adu Jr. See you in Kiev.
Yeah, of course, yeah. More coming up. So staying tuned to everything on Joy News and Joy FM as we go through it. We'll pay attention to the Women's Champions League final between Lyon and Wolfsburg.
Yeah.
That will be the male final between Real Madrid and Liverpool.
All right. Thank you so much. So that was George Adu Jr. and he's with Joy Sports. But meanwhile, here in Ghana, Conte is trending. Let's see if we can get some of those tweets on Twitter on your screens right now. So let's go to at Chelagava, who says William not too happy with Conte. He has covered him with trophy emojis on his Instagram story. And at Alex Goldberg, who says this Willian versus Conte thing really fits my agenda. 1, Willian isn't a great professional and has a worse attitude than many may think. And 2, Conte isn't very respected by his players, whether they win or not. Sal Willian, sack Conte, #CFC. At Rosie CFC says, I supported Willian all season when a lot of other fans didn't. But for him to disrespect Conte like that by covering him with emojis and a team photo is just so rude and unprofessional. At Tweet Chelsea UK says, Willian isn't even a starter, or at least he shouldn't be, and he thinks he has the right to fire shots at Conte. Behave. Hopefully this is the transfer window we will finally see at the back of Willian. At I Am Bola says, Antonio Conte has dared Chelsea to sack him, saying that the club have failed to match his ambition and that he cannot change his managerial style or personality. And at LWCFC says, I can't talk for all, maybe not even most, but personally I like Conte and feel he has been really let down by the players regarding some of their attitudes. Yes, he's made mistakes, but he came in, took us from the 10th to the winning league and an FA Cup just to be treated like dirt. Let's go to Tati says, Chelsea are discussing Conte's future in the next 48 hours. Not sure why it takes 2 days to pick up the phone and tell him he's sacked. Welcome to Chelsea Football Club. I mean, if you didn't watch the royal wedding or you haven't heard about it, where have you been? So Meghan Markle is now the Duchess of Success. Let's see if we can get some tweets. I mean, it's been trending. Interesting tweets and interesting Facebook comments. Let's start with this one. So this is from @JKF Fagi, who says, I just hope Meghan's lack of makeup will set a new trend for brides, especially in Nigeria. #royal wedding. And then Miss Aigo comes in to say that, I hope Harry's wealth and status will set a new trend for grooms, especially in Nigeria. Let's see more of the social media commentary. So this is Meghan's mom and Prince Charles saying that, sorry about the whole slavery thing, #royal wedding. Okay, interesting commentary we got on social media. So this one says, do you look at your man like this? And at Mala's XADM comes to say that, is my man a prince? And let's see if we can get more. So at Mr_Josh O says, one thing I know for certain is there will be exercise books with the #royal wedding images on it by Monday, and he comes to tag a few of his friends. Let's see this tweet at Visright says, lol, expectations are now high, #royal wedding, and it's the one about, do you look at your man like this? And is my man a prince? So this one is at Blacklanders, who says, I saw this and I loved it, absolutely beautiful. If you know who did it, please let me know, #royal wedding. So we've got Kate there, we've got Princess Diana, and we've got Meghan Markle there. So more of your tweets on #royal wedding. So more of your tweets. So today we've got an interesting video of the day for you. Watch this.
Butterfly, do you want to be the butterfly? I love her baby gray. I love her little crazy. Baby, I love you, baby, now boy. Do you all love you, baby, needs now boy? I love you, baby, baby, gray. Baby, night. Do you have a baby little grace? I love her, Beverly. Do you I love you, Beverly? Crazy. I love you, baby, now boy. Do you I love you, baby, no crazy? I love you, made crazy, baby. Do you wanna make Manila? Ella, I love you, baby, Ella, baby, please leave.
When I grow up, I just want to be like that guy, and I want to have a voice like that guy. But this is exactly what he wanted to say. And as I wrap up the show, thank you so much for watching. Remember, you can join the interactive train on Facebook and Twitter. We are Draw News on TV. Thank you for watching.
Rihanna, good girl going bad. Take 3, action.